Secretary of State Marco Rubio speak for himself, as he has justified the current approach here.
Listen, let me explain to you guys this in simple English, okay? Iran is run by lunatics, religious fanatic lunatics. They have an ambition to have nuclear weapons. They intend to develop those nuclear weapons behind a program of missiles and drones and terrorism that the world will not be able to touch them for fear of those things. And this is the weakest they've ever been. Now is the time to go after them. The president made the decision to go after them, take away their missiles, take away their navy, take away their drones, take away their ability to make those things so that they can never have a nuclear weapon. That's why the president made this decision. It was the right decision, and the world will be a safer place when these radical clerics no longer have access to these weapons. You see how they're using them now. Imagine how they would use them a year from now if they had more of these.
Trump also laid out the reasons for the actions taken by the United States and once again explained his views on the Iranian regime.
If we don't stop them, or if we didn't stop them, or if we didn't start, they've been decimated. But if we didn't do what we're doing right now, you would have had a nuclear war and they would have taken out many countries, because you know what? They're sick people. They're mentally ill, sick people. They're angry. They're crazy.
After the series of decapitation strikes that occurred on the first day, the Americans and Israelis moved on to their next primary objective of the war, the degradation of Iran's offensive capabilities, particularly in the area of ballistic missiles. For now, this appears to be progressing quite successfully so far, as a large number of videos have been released showing the degradation of Iran's strike capabilities. According to reports, the number of ballistic missile attacks on US bases, Israel, and the Gulf states has also decreased significantly in recent days. Some observers have even spoken of a 1-to-1 ratio between ballistic missile launches and the subsequent destruction of the launch systems, which would be quite remarkable. To answer the question of whether and how something like this could even be possible, the answer is yes, and the key is artificial intelligence. Let's start with the raw numbers because they matter. In the first 24 hours of Operation Epic Fury, the US and Israel struck over 1,000 targets across Iran. By hour 72, that number had climbed past 1,700, and by the 100-hour mark, over 2,000 targets. To put that in perspective, the entire 2003 invasion of Iraq took weeks to accumulate comparable strike numbers. What we're seeing here is a compression of military tempo that was simply not possible before. So how was AI involved in the strikes? The answer lies in an AI weapons stack built around systems such as Maven, Palantir, and Claude. At the foundation is the Maven Smart System. This is a Pentagon-led AI defense platform built and maintained by the defense technology company Palantir. You can think of it as an operating system for battlefield intelligence. It ingests massive streams of classified data, including satellite imagery, drone footage, radio intercepts, signals intelligence, and human intelligence reports, and fuses all of this information together in real time. Inside this system, acting as the central reasoning engine, sits Claude. Claude processes the fused data and helps analysts interpret it. Rather than simply storing information, it analyzes patterns, connects different data points, generates assessments, and produces recommendations that can support operational decisions. Then, on top of this stack sits GenAI.mil, the Pentagon's secure AI platform. It allows systems like Claude to be used by commanders and analysts across both classified and unclassified military networks worldwide. Claude is particularly interesting here because it was used for three core functions: intelligence assessments, target identification, and the simulation of battle scenarios. Every second of the conflict, a torrent of classified data flows in: live satellite imagery, drone footage, radio intercepts, reports from the ground, trustworthy OSINT information, and more. Claude processes all of this simultaneously, not one stream after the other, but all at once in real time. From these assessments, it generates strike packages, precise GPS coordinates, recommended munitions for each target type, estimated collateral damage calculations, and legal pre-screening for compliance with the rules of engagement. All of this is produced automatically at machine speed and ranked by priority, allowing hundreds of targets to be managed at the same time. Before each strike sequence, Claude runs real-time, what-if simulations, essentially wargaming the potential Iranian response. This allows commanders to sequence strikes in a way that preempts Iranian counter-moves rather than simply reacting to them. After each strike, Claude analyzes incoming post-strike data such as drone footage, infrared signatures, and SIGINT to determine whether the target was destroyed, damaged, or missed. Surviving targets are immediately pushed back up the priority list. The result is a continuous operational loop. Strike, assess, reprioritize, strike again, running at a pace no human team could match. The use of Claude is also interesting because hours before the first missile started flying, President Donald Trump announced that all federal agencies must immediately stop using Anthropic's Claude. He called Anthropic a, and I am quoting directly, radical left AI company run by people who have no idea what the real world is all about. The reason Claude was still used was apparently that it would take at least 3 months to replace its capabilities with an alternative platform. I would like to